everybody. Welcome in. This is episode 19 of the Gas Bags, and we're out again. We are here at Chef's Cut Pizza on LaGrange Road, across from Iceland Skating Ring, which Tanner
Sports Complex.
Iceland Sports Complex.
Yeah, right. There's a dance studio and everything. No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was I did not know there was a dance studio in there.
Up at the top, yeah.
Now, the special part about Iceland for you is that's where club hockey was played up until recently, which now they're going to be a Division One.
We're going Division One. I don't know where they're moving yet. They might be staying there for now, but I expect bigger moves. Maybe a rink being built or something soon here, which will be.
Well, I thought there was a rule for the hockey group that was you had to have so many seats, and for being Division One. And somebody did just say, actually, Chef John, who is the owner and creator of Chef's Cuts Pizza, he said that they've closed down half of the rink to rebuild it, pulling the ice and everything. So they might be just doing it there.
Then. That's perfect because when we played teams like UK or like Ohio State or Michigan, I remember like there were so many people, but it was just such a small rink that like asses to shoulders and knees and elbows and everything. Everything was just so close together. It was nuts. But anywho.
I think I went a long time ago actually when Nick was playing. And
yes, Nicky V also played down there.
Yeah, who is not here because he pretends to have this job that's not this. But anyway.
I think Jeanette's just
she's
ball and chain. No, I'm just kidding. Jeanette, you're a great woman.
Yes. For even remotely putting up with him. But yeah, so Friday, right? Tweet bomb randomly
himself
with no explanation.
Mr. Social Media, Mr. Glasses, Pat Kelsey,
tweets
out, Joker and the Thief, if you know, you know, the revival with the fire emoji. And
no one knows.
Unless you are not a UofL or a UK fan, you might not freak out. But for us, we freaked out.
Yeah.
Because this is our baby.
Yeah. Now, I do think...
Now, you can't drop tweets like that without something happening.
I do think as far as Joker and the Thief goes, I think we overuse it in some things. I think it's very special.
Oh, like this year when we're down by 40 and Kenny Payne's like...
I don't think... I'm not big on using it at any other sporting event outside of fourth quarter at the football game.
I agree with that.
Because I do believe it is it's very special thing, right? Like, we've turned it into something, like, especially at the Notre Dame game, we have turned it into something that is electric, right? I mean, that stadium was going absolutely bananas at that moment. One of the better UofL football moments.
Probably in recent history.
Absolutely in recent history. But just in general, right, outside of a bowl game, you know, when you look back at regular season games, you know, you can think of the first home game in the Big East against Miami. The Mario Uridia stiff arm, like that moment, the stadium exploded. The Florida State rain game, all those moments are way up there. Lamar Jackson versus Florida State, just dismantling them when we had game day here. Oh, it's bananas, right?
Oh my God! So mad I was just missed that. I was still in high school. Oh.
No, it was That whole year with Lamar was unbelievably incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just the experience of watching him play, being able to get him here. And I think it kind of all started the season before, because that would have been the trip to Kentucky, the trip to UK, where we were down like 21-3, and then they put in Lamar and rolled. But that was actually my son's first away game ever. Like, he'd only been to home games.
I've only gone to home games.
And he'd only seen wins. He'd never seen a loss. So being down and having that entire stadium, all of Commonwealth.
Does that still reign true today?
No. Because
the Petrino last year, 2-10, you probably brought like one game.
And then I mean, even last year, you know, we went to the bowl game in San Diego, and we went to the ACC championship.
I forgot. Yeah.
So, those are.
The traveling man, Jenky himself.
Well, I'm no blank. No Mark Blankenbaker. I don't have endless amounts of money in a Tesla that drives me while I'm sleeping.
And also could be a potential boat for all we know. I don't know Teslas. Maybe maybe Elon Musk is onto something. But back to what we were saying.
Yeah, back to Pat Kelsey.
Sends out this cryptic tweet, and I think it was Rummage and Shrivel both said, like, you can't just do that without like outfalling in with something,
right?
You know,
something,
a recruit or
anything.
Like I don't know. Like
well,
maybe
so
maybe
I do know.
In addition to the coaching staff, we would have been like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So the dead period ended yesterday.
Yes,
we're on a dead period till Monday. So he can tweet it, but like if it's about a recruit, I don't think he can say anything. And that I think he can only say so many things until the recruit's committed. I think that there's even a weird spot there because when he comes on the air with 680 or 93.9, they can only say so many things about what's going on outside of the team.
Now you can start mentioning like Rain Smith and like
correct, because
I remember
they're committed. They're enrolled.
When he was on with Ennis, he couldn't even mention like even though they were all committed, like he couldn't even mention a person's name, which was like for me it sounded so weird because like I'm all excited. I wanted to hear him talk about like the players coming in, and then he's like.
Why he picked why those players were the ones that he really wanted to bring from College of Charleston, right?
Yeah.
Like why were those the guys? Was the guys Corin Johnson and James Scott? God,
yeah,
that's actually the one that I'm excited about too.
I just found out he's going to be like the fourth youngest kid in college basketball next year as a sophomore.
Oh, so he was probably
was he a
reclass?
I think he was a reclass and went to Charleston, and he dunks a lot. He played very minimal minutes, so who really knows what the potential really truly could be?
Well, again, and you don't know what the rotation looks like for what Pat's doing. I mean, it could be one of those things where he needs 10 minutes out of one group, 5 minutes out of another, and he's trying to keep everybody, the best players, and then rotating them out to a different group that's a little bit more what's it called? The backups, right? But they're fresh, right? And maybe almost platoon like. I hate saying that because of what Cal in the platoon system thing. I'm not a big fan of that, but who knows? Maybe it'll work, and maybe PK style works that way. But what does it mean? Like, because not long ago,
I just keep trying to get the
Coleman Hawkins
transfer list up, and it keeps going to the football one. And I'm like, I'm not talking about that right now.
So Coleman Hawkins comes out of the NBA draft, and Coleman Hawkins, I think he got a pretty good rating there, but I don't think it was. I still don't think it was a first round rating.
Yeah,
I was looking for it earlier, but it does. I don't know how often or how much they release that information from the camp, that the combine thing that they do. Because it absolutely isn't accessible in the same way that the NFL combine is. That's 100%, or at least I can't find it. Maybe somebody else out there is really good at that sort of thing, which no big deal.
But
so, or could it be you got a high-end high school recruit? Who's the kid that decommitted from Arizona?
Oh no, he flipped to Arizona State. The Sonnen kid. It was the one that Kenny brought in, and then they took the photo, took the selfie. And then
no. This is the one. He was an Arizona commit. He just decommitted from Arizona.
I think Sonnen did.
He got contacted by it's got a contact list of 11 schools they released last night. Louisville's one of them. I
did not see that though. I was excited at first. I thought you were talking about
or
Sonnen,
or could it be Nolan Traore?
That's the name now.
Or who's the friend?
Hawkins,
the guard out of France.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then potential, maybe a high school guy.
There's not very many. There's not a ton of information, but I've seen some of the highlight clips, which I'm not a gigantic fan of highlight clips because you only get the good stuff, right? And it's tough to go out there and find full-on games of this kid right now. But on the highlight clips, he moves well. How experienced is he as a 18-year-old? He does. When you play overseas, you do play in a little bit of a different competition. But we've seen that go good and bad, right? Because Big Z down at Kentucky, right? He was supposed to.
That was a really cool first game. The billboard, cute.
Yep. And then nothing.
And then then he's in Arkansas.
Yeah. But yeah,
life comes at you fast.
Where do we go at? Where do we take this with no information, especially 2 days?
Now that 3 days.
Now that we're 2 days past the end of the end of the dead period. Where are we at, and what that could possibly mean? If it's Coleman Hawkins and you've got Coleman Hawkins and Kason Pryor on the floor at the same time,
someone might get punched. Someone physically might get assaulted just because of the energy. It might not even be them. It just might be the wave of energy that's just like a fist to the face of the other team. Like those two are Energizer bunnies.
Oh yeah,
and they play defense the way you want your power forward or center. You want like it. Just the way they on the court. They
now on the NBA. I know on the NBA side of what they talked about with Coleman Hawkins is that he does defend better,
typical
perimeter better than inside.
Kind of like Bam Adebayo, where like Bam Adebayo can cover better on the guard at the top of the key than, as you could see, Luka.
Right. Like he
messing up Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, he's better at 1 through 3 than he is at 4 and 5.
Yes.
So
he's very athletic. Yes.
Not that he's bad, right? Because that's not the definition of that.
No.
What they're talking about is for his NBA
he can cover
rating.
anyone.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're happier with him covering 1 through 3 more than 4 and 5 on the block. But we're looking at a game that has changed where there's less and less of that comparatively. Nobody's Patrick Ewing anymore.
No.
Nobody's Alonzo Mourning, which, by the way, on here, beat prostate cancer.
Attaway Zoe.
Yep.
That's my boy. Shout out Miami.
He get any help from V Foundation?
I hope.
Yeah. I mean,
that'd be cool, but who knows? I don't know. I don't have that much insight.
But yeah, like that's a wild thing to drop over the weekend with zero information to follow and just silence
and then it was
right
like,
now.
I'm at a Bats game.
Because you saw him on Saturday, right? Mm-hmm. You went to the Bats.
Saw him and Terrence Edwards.
Him and Terrence Edwards at the Bats game.
I got to shake hands with Terrence Edwards and said, "What up, fat?" Which is really weird for a guy that's 6'7" and could easily beat me up and also very lean. Well, I'm the one that's kind of fat, and then I got to say when I was leaving, I got to say, "What up to Pat?"
Yeah,
I just said, "What up, PK? Love what you're doing." And then he said, "Hell yeah!" And then I whipped the L's up, and he did it too. And I was like, "Oh, my heart just skipped a beat."
Thank you. So a couple of the things that we got, and I've been here a bunch. I used to actually live right down the street. The hot brown pizza. So as you know, here we eat. That's one of our things is we eat food.
We like food.
Absolutely. It's fantastic. And this is one of the places I think that makes Louisville cool. And our food scene is more local, smaller, less what Chef said is not Michelin is how he was describing it. Not Michelin rated food, but like
Mom and Pa shops.
The places like this, the places like Check's Cafe, like Dizzy Whiz, the places like Shirley Mays.
You got a lot of awesome. I wish we could just turn the camera right now. Just looking at the Muhammad Ali
just
stuff.
Tons of Ali
Pete
stuff.
Rose.
Yep.
Some teams.
So
championships.
I don't know if you, but like in the adult league, that's actually on the back there where you see like the hockey jerseys, right?
Yeah.
Chef's been a sponsor of some of the adult league hockey games and some of the.
As you get on his team,
as I've got his softball jersey on.
Yeah. You wore that yesterday too.
I did.
As we sat at the gas bag stood loose.
Yeah. As we got pulled apart by an upper level team. It was
unfair.
Right. It wasn't necessarily even those guys play 5 times a week. All of those guys
have jobs.
I don't know because I can't imagine you can make a bunch of money through male slow pitch softball. I just don't see that.
There might be a market. Who knows?
It seems like a rough one, right? If you can't be a single A baseball player and survive without having an insurance salesman job, I don't know how you can be a male slow pitch softball player and make it. But hey, who knows?
Hey.
So over the weekend too, Caitlin Clark.
Bob said it best.
Well,
this is perfect.
Yeah,
we get you up on the top of the pedestal. Yep. You're the queen, or I was gonna say the king, but nah. For this
queen,
she's the queen, and then we hate you, and we just want to knock you down and throw tomatoes at you.
Right.
She gets shoved by what's her name?
Kennedy.
Kennedy Carter.
I think it's actually Kennedy. It's just spelled
Kennedy. All right.
It's spelled Kennedy. It's said Kennedy
by Miss Carter.
Yeah.
She gets shouldered.
Oh, I mean, put to the ground. Now, do I think she like accepted the fact that she was going to get pushed to the ground, or do I think it was overwhelming? I think she accepted the fact that she was about to go to the ground.
Yes.
And just went ahead and went. But
I love the response from the media where it was just like, well, if you don't notice, Caitlin Clark talks trash. It's like,
right.
Well, yeah, so does everyone.
Right. Talk trash back. Yes, move on.
Exactly. Not salt. I'm not going to say salt. It's not shoulder, people. This isn't hockey.
Because I realize that the WNBA has light on it now that it never got before, even though it probably deserved it. Because, again, we're talking about world-class athletes.
Yes.
Like these girls, these women that play basketball are amazing. Like there is no regular person that can step on the court with no regular male that's going to step on the court with them and be able to challenge them. So the respect needs to exist for that. They're fantastic basketball players who honestly sometimes have a better baseline fundamental skill set than most male basketball players.
All around, yes.
Right, because they have to have a better fundamental set because, when like Marcus Maven has said before, when you figure out that you can dunk, you don't want to do anything but dunk. And that's what you continue to do. And some of your other skills diminish because you're not doing as much, right?
That's a good point. Because I don't know how to dunk. Never will be able to.
Well, I'm also not good. So
I'm also not good.
I'm not losing any skill.
I never even thought about that because the coolness factor of dunking a ball for the first time, I can already tell it. You can be like, yeah, I want to do this forever now.
Absolutely.
And you just forget about the mid-range shot or the, as you talk about Caitlin Clark, her coach is being like, you need to take more long mid-range shots.
Right.
But like you forget about that.
The worst shot in basketball. Can you just take some 20-footers?
Just put your foot on the line.
Right. Like just your heel.
Just your heel.
Just make it
Maybe
worth
a toe.
2. Yeah, make it worth 2. I don't care. No, but Dan Issel has said it before, too, is that in the ABA, they specifically were told, Dr. J's off limits. Like you're not, that's our golden goose. You're not hurting. And right now, whether or not deservedly, because I do think inside of the WNBA, there are better players than Caitlin Clark. She's not the best player in the league.
No.
She's simply not. She's a very good player. She may be the best player in the league
soon
with experience.
Yes.
Right?
Give her 5 years, maybe.
Maybe less. Who knows?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe
she is growing at an exponential rate right now because she is playing well, and she's playing well inside of the league. That's why some of the aggression is probably being taken out on her. Right?
Have you heard the
and I get hazing, right?
The history of
100% get hazing.
Carter?
Yeah.
Have you heard about? You can keep going.
100% get hazing, right? Like making rookies understand that this is not college, or that if the kids that were coming from high school for the time period that they allowed that, this is not high school basketball, right? We're professionals. We work differently, and 100% that's their work ethic, their commitment, and the way they do daily life, right? That's what makes a professional a professional. There are some people that can be incredibly great college basketball players that will never make it as professionals because they don't set their life up right.
Yeah.
It's little bitty things. It's, Kobe taking 500 shots a day and stuff like that. Like, obviously, that's an extreme example because not everybody's Kobe. And there's 4 people that deserve to be in that conversation. Yes. LeBron's not one of them. So, hate. But yeah, you can't. I don't think you can put the mandate out there that you can't but maybe some unspokenness. Hey, listen, this girl's bringing massive attention, which massive attention means money.
You can play hard against her. Don't hurt her. Kind of thing.
The more you play, the more exposure this particular individual brings. Right. I don't care who it is. I don't care what sport it is. The more they bring, the more people pay for that sort of thing. The more people pay for that sort of thing, the higher the chance is that the women can earn more money. Because I think Caitlin Clark's contract this year is like $75,000.
Yeah,
and which is kind of amazing that she took that particular route because what did Ice Cube offer? $5 million?
$5 million, and then I
$5
think
million for 3 years.
I think he upped it to like $10 million afterwards.
Right, that's crazy.
That's insane.
And she just
imagine if she literally was like, you know what?
I don't need the WNBA.
I'm gonna go.
No, agreed. Like if that offer exists, why? Like,
bank.
What is stopping her? And that idea, is it the fact that the Big Three doesn't get as much promotion? Is it the fact that she has to play?
I think she just has respect for the game, like where it's like, I don't want to play 3-on-3. I just want to play 5-on-5. Like
is she committed to the growth of what her sport is?
Yeah.
Like,
she probably get like,
who knows? Maybe it is relatively altruistic.
Yeah.
Right. Like I'm committed to the development and the progression of the WNBA so that we don't have to go play basketball overseas to actually earn money, so that our league can be profitable, so that we can do these things. Right. Like,
yeah. I also have to say, because it kind of hit me, not too long ago, we were just watching Caitlin Clark and like Kate Martin and like Angel Reese and all those great players, like Cameron Brink, all were in a college uniform, which felt like a month ago, and now they're already in the pros. I feel like the break period between, like, I feel bad for these rookies, kind of like where it's like,
because there's no development time.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, you got drafted, you're in, and it's like you're playing now. And it's like, whoa, all right.
It probably is an incredibly difficult transition that obviously the men don't have to go through, because the women are playing in the off season ish, right, of the men, so that they can create more viewership.
There's no
which
wonder
I do think that's going to be one of the things this year. Like if we're getting this much attention on the WNBA currently, right, and we're in the midst of the playoffs, right, they've been getting more attention than they have ever gotten. And inside of that, when the finals are over and Boston has won, go Celtics. And they are now the only.
It's a Sicilian, or however you spell it or say it.
Yeah,
he's coming for you guys.
Listen,
he's the Grim Reaper.
Luke is a good basketball player.
And then
I'm not going to argue that.
His right hand man, Robin,
one of the best. Kyrie's one of the most underrated.
Also, he hates your city, but he is surprisingly.
We know he's been back, right? Everybody's
mature.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, he's cool.
Everybody understands that this isn't like the first time Kyrie's played in Boston since he left.
I know.
Like,
but it just means more now. It's the finals.
They're making it like he's not been back since he left. Like there's
a video of him stomping the.
He takes these games off or something. Nah, you all are going to Boston. I'm not doing that. That's my off day. I'm not even going to fly with the team. No, he's been back.
Yeah,
like it is what it is. Like
I think there's a stat where he's like 0-11 against Boston ever since he stomped on the Leprechaun logo at TD Garden after they beat them in Game 1 or something.
He's still of this era.
When does that start?
Thursday night, which I thought was weird. I figured they were going to start on Friday.
Because they were so. Oh, you thought it was going to start on Friday?
I figured they would start it on Friday.
I thought you were going to say earlier.
No, I figured they would Friday, Sunday it, and then they'd have their 2-day, their Monday, Tuesday, and play on Wednesday, Friday it, and then have a weekend off. And they might be setting it up. The finals might end on a weekend though, which is what the Game 7 is the one you want to push.
They better hope there's no
to be the highest viewed.
Yeah,
but
which I think it can easily go to 7.
No, it could.
There's just a lot of stories.
Dallas is a better defensive team than what people are giving them credit for, and obviously they fill it up pretty good. Because Luke and Kyrie can go for 30 together at any given time, and that's a lot.
I think I saw a stat. Luka and Kyrie's playoff run right now has been better than Kyrie and LeBron's playoff run when they won it in 2016.
No, I can believe that.
Points, rebounds, assists all together.
Yeah, I can believe that.
They're better.
God. Unpopular opinion, right? And this is going to suck real fast. I think if Luka can make it to 39, that Luka is past LeBron.
No,
that he passes LeBron on scoring.
I saw there was a debate in the restaurant I worked at where it was a big LeBron fan and a big Luka fan.
Yep.
And they were arguing like blah blah blah. The first 7 years of LeBron's career is better than Luka's first 7 years.
And then they looked it up, and I think Luka had more points, rebounds, and stuff. But he played one last year or something. It was like something weird, and I was like, whoa.
COVID year, probably.
Yeah.
The COVID year existed.
Yeah, or it was like less games. Not like less
games.
year, but yeah. Less games.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But yeah, the Caitlin Clark thing, like you gotta give her the space at that point, right? Like you've got to allow her to grow your league, and
don't baby her.
You don't have to baby her, but you
just don't.
Yeah, you don't have to.
1980s, 90s
Right.
Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, we can't let the bad boys.
Dennis Rodman out there.
But my as soon as I saw that, the first thing I thought of is Trinity Carter. Trinity Carter's the WNBA version of Dylan Brooks. Like
maybe Draymond.
But
I don't think Dylan Brooks has ever like hurt people though. He just is like
he's been in some physical stuff before. Not a lot, not as much as Draymond.
I was going to say.
Listen, Draymond's in 2 fights a year.
I think I saw something that the Indiana Fever just signed Drayana Green.
Drayana.
But it was just a picture of Draymond Green with like a ponytail. It was awesome.
So I know Soforo did a video on this just a day ago, maybe Sunday.
No, yesterday.
The Dan McDonnell, who's the king of the state now? Is it Kentucky or is it Louisville? And he did make some really good points about the SEC.
I did have yet to watch it though. I saw it get uploaded, but then I was tired. I'm sorry. I just played softball. I'm sorry.
Right. So like the ability of the SEC to infuse more money because their contract, the television contract's much higher, and as a person that's been to some other. So my son plays baseball, and as a person that's been to some other places, right? As a person that's been to some other places.
He said, screw me. I'm sorry. I will watch it later.
I watched it. Yes. I got you, Justin. So like when we did it, right? When you're talking about that, like I've been to UVA. So the guy who's the recruiting director at the University of Virginia, we're same age. He played high school baseball in Indiana. I've known him for a long time. He is we got kind of a benefit. We got to go up there and see some stuff, participate in some baseball stuff up there for
UVA.
Yeah, and I can tell you 100% that the UVA facility, ours is newer.
Geographically,
they're pretty.
Their facility was better. More than that, but
yeah, but they've got they've got a lot of indoor space that's underneath so the way the stadium's built is like their indoor practice facilities. It's not that they're giant, but they're underneath the stands. So they have a bigger stand set than we do, and all of the facilities are underneath. And actually, they're talking about doing that at Kentucky, where they're almost going to build an infield underneath part of the stands, an indoor infield underneath part of the stands. That's SEC money.
Yeah, that is.
And that's a game changer because now, even in Lexington, we're not far apart and we experience some of the same weather. So in experiencing some of the same weather, they know they need the indoor facility to continue to progress. So do we. Like, granted, I know that, listen, you play cold games, people in the Northeast, if you go up there and you're trying to play.
I'd hate to be a BC baseball player.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Right. And I hope they have an indoor facility. But
they should. But they don't.
But
bad on you, BC.
Being at Boston College and starting practice in December, January
just made me
has got to be awful.
I don't know if I've ever seen a Minnesota baseball game, like University of Minnesota, not the Twins.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just not that good.
Well, but Northern teams play baseball. Michigan,
I know.
Michigan plays baseball, but I'm pretty sure they have an indoor.
Well, yeah.
So, but getting an indoor practice facility for Louisville baseball, regardless if Coach McDonnell stays, right? Because there's the whole thing about South Carolina, which again, much more money, right?
Oh yeah,
a lot more money available.
Is he our little Coach Sat? Wasn't there a rumor that Sat was going to leave us for South Carolina?
But listen,
I'm just joking. Dan McDonnell has way more respect than Sat.
I don't think that. I think if Coach McDonnell leaves, he's going to be respectful about it.
He'd also be respected if he whenever he came back.
Absolutely,
he'd get a round of applause. He'd get
100%. Yeah, he wouldn't.
The whole
'cause
shebang.
If Satterfield ever shows up in the stadium ever again, he'll get booed.
Actually, no, we might cheer him.
Right?
We seriously might be like, yeah, you're a legend.
I tell you what, it's literally one of the best pizzas.
Oh no, that was just so good.
Like
The
people
first
don't.
bite.
Not everybody likes hot browns, but to be able to take it and put it on a pizza like this and turn it,
I'm a huge fan of pizzas that are not traditional pizzas.
yeah,
You got buffalo chicken, barbecue chicken.
yep. Like when we did the old school New York thing, right?
Yes.
That barbecue chicken and the
And don't
buffalo
get me
chicken.
wrong, I like
fantastic.
I like the red sauce and cheese. And
Oh,
I like
for
that,
sure.
like a
Classic
Supremo
pizza is good.
or a classic pizza, yeah. But something about the out of the box pizzas,
Yep.
awesome.
But yeah, like so. I looked up some things, right? So if Coach McDonnell were to leave, I'm partial to two people for two different reasons.
Not the coastal guy.
No, it's not. So at Indiana
He's a
State,
good coach, though.
Mitch Hanna's, right? Indiana State has been on an incredible last 3 years run. I believe they played in a super regional last year.
Did they just lose?
They just lost to Kentucky.
That was it.
They played in Kentucky's regional and lost to them. However, they've been on Coach Hanna's had them on a great run there. And the only downfall, and I was actually trying to figure out how old Coach McDonnell is. I think he's right at getting close to 60. He's in his upper 50s. I tried to Google it, man. It's not even on Wiki.
Really?
Yeah, it's like he's got it guarded.
Good for him, then.
Yeah, I know, right? So he is.
Hey, Dan, we need your
listen,
birth certificate.
I straight Googled
No.
Dan McDonnell age, and nothing. Like on the top of its wiki, it doesn't say when he was born. It doesn't say any of that. On the UofL site, it doesn't say anything.
How'd you get this far, man?
Listen. I know I've heard his age before,
How?
but I don't want to misquote what it actually is.
Imagine the first press conference of the year next year.
How old?
First
are you?
question. Hey, I looked everywhere.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I've been trying to figure this out all summer. Yeah, right before they go into their fall ball games. What is it? They call it the Pizza Championship or something. God, it's got a name. I can't remember what it is. They split everybody up into 4 teams.
I think it's something.
It's pizza something, and I can't remember what it is. But they play that in the fall, and every once in a while they have people come out. At least they have before. But if he was to go, Coach Hanna's up there in Indiana State, the downfall with him is he's 56. So he's at a comparable age at Coach McDonnell. Not that that's a bad thing. He's probably got as long as he wants to go in him. You know, when we talk about a baseball coach's involvement is maybe a little bit less than what we're talking about with like what Rick's doing. Rick's 71, 72 years old, right? And he's still going. He doesn't look like he's. Of course, he might be getting blood transfusion. He might actually be a vampire.
I was going to say he might be a vampire.
We don't know that.
I can see it.
But actually, he might be him and Richard Pitino at the same time. Have you ever seen them together in a long time? And was he was he projecting when Richard was here? Or was he creating like a similar being next to himself? Or did he have like a minion under his control? Right? We'll get weird. We'll get weird.
That's
here.
a conspiracy theory.
Right.
Richard Pitino's not real.
Not
It's
real.
been Rick the
Yeah,
whole
it's been
time.
Rick the whole time. Back in his back,
How much money does he have that he can fly from New York to New Mexico
listen. If
repeatedly?
I believe if you're a vampire, there's no construct.
Oh
of
yeah,
time.
you can fly too. It's
Right.
wings.
Maybe they can teleport. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about vampires.
Well, you can turn into a bat, right? Isn't that a
yeah,
whole
but
thing?
you figure a bat would take a long time. It's probably easier to have a plane.
And also they're blind, so he doesn't know where to go.
Well,
Yeah.
no, sonar, man.
That's true.
Yep. He hones in. He's got a beacon in Mexico, and he hones in on it, and that's the way he goes. But I feel like vampires are like super fast, right? Weren't they super fast in the one with the twinkly vampires?
I think so.
The-
I think they're known to be fast.
Yeah.
Just they can't have sunlight on them. But that's why he works in a building.
There you go. You ever see? When was the last time you saw Rick Pitino on the beach? When was the last time you saw Rick Pitino on the beach or outside? That's a good question.
Can't really
question.
speak on that one.
But like if he goes, the other person is Skylar Meade. So Skylar Meads, former UofL pitcher, had a bunch of pitching jobs. Finally, the head coach there at Troy. Troy baseball's been good, not to the level of what Indiana State is, but
He's younger.
he's 40, he'll be 40. He's like a end of the year birthday or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to celebrate with him.
When he gets the job too and everything.
Right. Well, I mean, and I think the comment that I heard was that the coach that I talked to said he felt Skylar was too young to have a job like Louisville. But I believe Dan wasn't much older than 40 when he got it. Because you figure he's been here since 07.
Yeah, it said 07.
He's been here since.
But we don't know his age. So
Right, yeah. Who knows? But even if he's 60, since 07, we're talking about 15 years. We're talking about 44, 45, right? It's not a crazy leap. It's 4 years.
Yeah, no.
But if he's 56, he was 40 when he got the job, right?
Yeah.
So is it that big of a deal?
No, not really.
I
wouldn't mind it.
No, and
I'm down.
I think getting somebody.
Here's the thing. It seems like it's working out for a lot of our major sports programs that when we get a new coach, things start to change. As we can see with our football team,
Well,
and then basketball. We have to wait for that one. But seems like
the excitement's good.
The excitement's
right.
A lot more than when it was with KP. Oh, yes, KP. Now I'm going to
I think that first
confused.
The first moments, the first 2 months of Kenny Payne were the maximum amount of potential.
Yeah, I know.
But then as
he hit
things,
so many birdies on the golf course that time.
As things started to show that it doesn't look like it was ready, like you were just holding.
Bellarmine game?
You were just literally holding on to hope, and it just never came.
Maybe we'll have like a LeBron James where he doesn't need a coach.
Right.
No, we didn't get it.
Nope. But, it is what it is.
Maybe this player won't punch our coach. Oh, nah, I did it.
He still hadn't committed anywhere, I don't think. Davis is still
He's
available.
a raging Cajun.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
That's right.
I'm going to meet Soforo. I know we're going to do it. Me and you will get Raging Cajun gear together. I might get a customized jersey of Ron Davis on the back, dude. I swear to God.
That's like 100 bones, man.
I'll do it for the joke.
What Louisiana Lafayette player is Davis? Cron Davis.
Cron Davis, come on. He fights to the rim. Come on.
Yep. But
was Kenny missing the most perfect player for himself, though, with that guy? He asked for fight.
All he wants is
Coach,
fight.
I was right here.
No, hold on.
I showed you.
Yeah. I thought you kicked me off the team.
All right, but are you done with the because I did see this video recently, and if you guys don't know, I have a little soft spot for Coastal Carolina in my heart because my brother went there. I love that campus. Turtle Pond, if you ever want to go there, there's a little pond where you put a quarter in, they give you turtle food, and you just go there, and then a crowd of turtles.
Because it's basically in Myrtle Beach.
It's Myrtle Beach, yeah. It's in Conway, South Carolina, but it's like a 5-minute drive from the beach.
Yeah. I think we've played down there 2 times.
Gorgeous.
And both the times I've seen the Coastal Carolina campus.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And they got the teal football field for any of you guys that want to rebuild a team in college or the NCAA football.
What are they, fighting chickens or something?
No, they're the Chanticleers. You got to say it like that. Chanticleers.
Okay, so what's a Chanticleer?
It's a chicken.
It's a fighting chicken.
Or no, I think it's like kind of a rooster. I think it's a male chicken. Or Chanticleer. But it is it's like a fighting chicken now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know. Name given rooster, especially in fairy tales. You know who used to be called the Chanticleers? Rutgers.
Okay.
A weird fun fact that
the Rutgers Chanticleers
that we learned when we were visiting the campus with my brother was, but actually not the first Chanticleers campus. We were that was Rutgers, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. But what was I saying? Coastal's coach, they just lost to Clemson, I believe. They were going to go to the Super Regional, and in the day of NIL, when I first saw the caption where he was like, "Oh, Coastal's coach has a lot to say about NIL," I thought it was going to be a typical old man response where it's like, I don't think it's good for the game. But he had a really, he was on that side where it's like, it's not good for the game because the trajectory of programs, it's not fair.
Right.
be what side what you want. That's part of life with the NIL. But he made a good point where he was saying, why don't we set these kids up for the future where they have it in a fund or like kind of like a 401k kind of concept. You get money as the years go on, not like after your career at after your college career,
like setting them up for life.
Yes, kind of. And it was a long. Like, it was that, and I was like, I think it's like it's not that crazy of an idea. Where, listen, we've all seen the 30 for 30 broke.
Well, I mean,
money doesn't stay there forever,
and that leads to the idea right now where the NCAA conceded that the Power Five can pay $20 million to its athletes.
I'm gonna get that.
Yeah. So, I've heard plenty of people talk about it, right?
Yeah.
And the thing that I never see brought up, and people completely, they didn't overlook it because they talked about it in the very beginning. And even these guys on May 23rd, which is right, I think the day after anyway, even these guys are not talking about it. And I know that it goes back to 2016, but even not talking about it, right? What we're looking at is like Title IX, right? Anybody that receives federal funding of any kind, and I think that includes Pell Grants and student loans and student aid and stuff like that. I think all of that is actually included. So like even private schools are included into what Title IX is. Title IX, the school can't pay the Louisville quarterback more than it pays the female swimmer. Like, because then it's discrimination.
Yeah. I never even thought of that.
And I don't think that
Olivia Cochran just making $2 million a year alongside Coleman Hawkins. That'd be awesome.
Like, I don't think I think we've gotten to the point where, like, yeah, we got that hurdle, and the schools can now do this. But what are we talking about? What's actually possible out of this? Because it's not as cut and dry as the school's paying the athlete. The school can't just fund a football team. That's not how this works. Or else they got to figure out how to not use federal money and be a school.
Yeah.
So, which obviously would be detrimental, because that's how we operate here in the United States, is we burn through federal money in every possible way for any possible thing.
Keep on burning it.
Yep. But
until we have no more.
Yep.
Which I guess we still don't.
No, listen, we're on the extended credit payment plan.
We're on layaway.
That we'll never get. We're literally never getting the country back.
Never.
Yeah. It actually belongs financially. We belong to China currently, for what it's worth. But the idea that this exists, right, and what we're looking at is being able to pay these players. Now there's going to be all kinds of separate things, and if I'm sure the schools are completely in tune with this and they understand what they can and can't do as a school. But I don't think that works out the same way that everybody's thinking it's going to, because everybody is so centric around football or basketball on the men's side that they've not taken the time to figure out that, listen, this is a completely different thing than this isn't just buying a team. Now, NIL works that way because NIL is
we literally just bought a team.
The capitalization of your name, image, and likeness, which in theory means
don't dab of that.
All right, which means you have to be worth something.
God's name, image, and likeness.
Right. So
I think someone said that.
Listen,
Dan
for everybody that's
the Dabo of baseball, and I was like, no.
For everybody that is picking Clemson over us,
they didn't get a single person in the portal, right?
No. Anybody that's picking Clemson over us, Florida State, NC State,
Miami.
I'm going to throw Georgia Tech in there. I might even toss Syracuse in there.
Haynes King was a better QB than, don't even know Clemson's QB's name.
Number two. I'm going to treat. Yeah.
No. Is it Cade?
Cade Klubnik.
I liked Haynes King though. He was.
Listen, I thought Georgia from the start. I thought Georgia Tech.
Didn't they give Georgia a game too? If I'm honest, yeah.
Like I thought from the start when we played them in Atlanta, I thought Georgia Tech was better than what anybody thought they were going to be.
I didn't think they were better than us. And
no, I don't think they were better.
Jordan, better that out for us. Thank you,
but
JJ.
I felt like they were in the progress year of adjusting to that coach. Because you remember, they were triple option forever, and now now they're not that.
I forgot about that.
So the adjustment and the players that stayed working on a different playbook and different discipline scale and all of those things, right? It's hard to adjust to. They're an incredibly talented team, and I think they will be a problem this year. That's one of the games that I am worried about because I think that's the third game.
I think so.
I think we're Austin P.
Yeah, we got two.
Austin P and somebody else. I've not memorized the schedule yet. And I think it's.
I'm going to get it tattooed by the end of the week.
I think it's Georgia Tech.
Really hope there's not.
But yeah, that's one of the.
Yeah, week 3.
Yeah.
After Jackson State. Or Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State.
It's basically the same thing.
No, because one's in Florida, one's in like Mississippi.
I know, but still, it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
But we
go to Clemson this year.
Yeah, that's one of the ones where if we're picking a game that we absolutely want to win, that one's high on my list because I do want to beat Clemson in Clemson.
They're Death Valley, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I always get confused. There's like
LSU's also.
I was going to say there's like 7 of them.
Penn State's Happy Valley, completely different. I don't know that everybody that was at Penn State all the time was happy.
It's not that happy.
So, is what
it does not seem that happy there.
So,
actually, no, they're pretty good. I was going to say it's not that happy there, but they were top 10.
Yeah. But I think that anybody picking Clemson over most of those schools, I think is making a gigantic mistake. Not that Clemson isn't talented or isn't good. I think that everybody else has risen through the portal to their level now.
Good for Dabo, though, in his 6-year window of like, I'm going to get Deshaun.
Oh, no.
I'm going to get Kelly Bryant, then I'm going to get Trevor Lawrence, and then DJ Ukulele is going to ruin me.
Who was the guy right before Deshaun Watson?
Oh.
He spent some time in the NFL, too, and I don't know why I can't remember his name.
I'll figure it out.
I think he does ACC Network now, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I know that I'm not saying EJ Manuel because I realize that I confuse that all the time, but he was Florida State quarterback.
Yeah. I always get EJ and Geno Smith.
I know EJ Manuel.
They're in the same like
EJ Manuel's at ACC Network now. But yeah, that I wouldn't pick them.
Oh, Taj Boyd.
Oh
my God, he was a freak. I forgot about him.
I mean, good quarterback, good runs, right? Probably really 8 years of fantastic quarterback play.
Yeah.
At least collegiately.
And then they got 2 natties.
Yeah.
Renfro catching that one, and then they blew out Bama one year. That was weird.
No, I mean,
I remember missing that game because I had practice, and then we got home. We turned on the TV, we're like, whoa!
right as the time was right, Dabo got in for what he was going to preach, and really got going with it. Because those first couple of years, that's where the term Clemsoning comes from. I remember when West Virginia destroyed them in the bowl game, like 77-10. It was just a massacre. That was like 2014 or something like that.
77-10.
Right before they got going, like the next year, they were ready to go.
Yeah, I did not know that.
It was one of the. It was either the no, it wasn't 24. It was probably 13. The year that Florida State wins the national championship, I believe, is 13 with Jameis as crab legs.
That was awesome, though. Him, Jameis Winston. Man, we need like I was gonna say a nutbag like that in the college football world, but maybe the off-field stuff we don't need. But we need that personality back. Ooh, so this is the
hot Sicilian, which
I've yet to have.
Like I'm a pizza guy, so I normally don't get sandwiches right. I had it the other day.
Do you want my tomato?
And it blew my mind. I was all excited. That's a good tomato, man. I don't know why you want to give that up.
Mm. Shout out our Swifties too.
Yeah, Swifty style, not Taylor Swift.
Not Taylor Swift, but
it's like an oil.
If you're a Taylor Swift fan, come on down to Chef's Cut.
That like spicy things.
Yeah, that like spicy things. Yeah, they have a whole option for you fans.
Yeah, but I
You
like
hear that, ladies, and some men.
Yeah.
Actually, just quick story. My high school quarterback. He's at. I think I want to say he's in France right now, and he just posted a thing on Instagram. He's at the France show of Taylor Swift. Never thought he was a Swiftie for being a high school quarterback.
maybe he's a Kelsey fan.
Or maybe he's just whipped by his girlfriend. You don't have to buy me this. No.
Listen, there's 0% chance I'm taking somebody to France. You want some of this pickle?
Oh, yeah. All right. See, I'm not that weird. I just don't like tomatoes unless they're cooked. But I really want to get into this one. Scotty Scheffler. Louisville. Maybe you are a felon. Let's bring back the charges. Come on. I'm on Detective Gillis' side now.
Well,
I don't know how to
I would like to be upset.
talk about a 3-0 comeback of how much I like the guy.
I would like to be upset in a way that allows me to be on Detective Gillis' side, but I'm not going to make it there.
No, I don't care. No, I was just joking.
Yeah, I'm not going to make it there.
He's not Martha Stewart, though.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
She got it.
To this day, I was still very confused.
So geographically wrong, it was crazy.
Yet again, as a kid from Connecticut, I spun around. I was like,
Where are they at?
what? Wow, this alcohol is crazy. I thought you just said Connecticut.
So NCAA football, we're, month and a half out of the game release?
I think I saw a meme
July
where-
19th, right?
Yeah, so it was the small brain and a small brain where it was, I want Trump to win. I want Biden to win. And then it was big brain, NCAA football 25 comes out in like 47 days or something. Oh, I can't wait.
But yeah, so the biggest, obviously I love this game, right? Because more than anything, I'm a college football fan. But inside of that, I actually got to be on the game.
What?
Yeah.
As a walk-on?
Nope.
As a fan?
Yep.
How?
You know when they used to do the intros?
Yeah.
So you can look up 2005 NCAA EA Sports Football, and you can find it. Actually,
2005.
yeah. Actually, pull up my Twitter real fast. Go to my thing. I tweeted it at Blankenbaker because he was talking about it today. So if you pull it up,
we didn't give our Twitters out.
Yep. Jenky, your boy,
Tanner.
on the X.
Oh, yes. And then Tanner Brute, 28. All right, so you do the ways.
Yep. So if you go on here, let's see.
By the way, great sandwich.
That was fantastic.
Hot Sicilian?
Mm-hmm. So here you go.
Look at that 9.
Which maybe I can send this to Justin. We can infuse this here.
That's you?
That's me right there. So every time you booted up the game, right, they had like these cameos.
Yeah, but it was like a
sometimes.
rotator.
It was rotated. I think there were like 25 or 30 of them. So there was like.
Oh, that's sick.
Some of them were
You got
fans.
royalties?
I wish. I'm pretty sure they made us sign everything away. I don't even think I'm allowed to. I might not even be allowed to use my own name right now. We'll find out.
The NCAA owns you.
Right, they might. But some of them were like mascots, cheerleaders. Some of them were players. Like
I do remember that.
Yep. And then some of them were fans. And that we were walking around on campus one day when we ran into somebody and they happened to be doing this. They're like, "Can you get a bunch of people together real quick to film a promo for EA Sports NCAA 2005?" We're like, "So this is part of my fraternity," and we're like, "Absolutely, we can."
That's sick. I never knew that.
Yeah. So small piece of me that exists forever with the EA Sports realm.
You got to dust off the old original Xbox or like PS2 and be like,
"Oh no, yeah,
hey kids, come here." Dad was a superstar.
Well, so it's that I'm glad that one of the guys in the fraternity got that pulled off of it, and basically made that clip for us.
Oh,
so we have that floating around on the YouTubes.
Damn. All right.
But I cannot wait to play that game again.
Oh my God, I can't. Baby, dude, imagine.
It has to have NIL in it, right? It has to.
I thought I saw something that it said it didn't, but that I feel like the world would be like, or the public would be like, no, we need it. We need this.
It'll be on an update.
How, on a scale of 1 to 10, how freaked out would you be? Not freaked out, excited. In a way of being like, hey, welcome back, like to the fans. We're gonna use retro.
Oh, I'd lose my mind.
And it was like you started the game, and it was like, oh Jesus!
I would lose my mind. I'd be so happy.
Oh my God!
They should do that.
That's awesome, dude. Right?
Somebody email
Justin.
Yep. But like,
get him on the original game, or not the original game, the new game.
No, but that's. I would love. I would like to see him do it again, right? And not even for me, but like I thought it was a cool.
The old EA Sports like intros were awesome.
Oh yeah.
I remember. Was it a commercial or was the intro of an old Madden game? And R.I.P. Charles Rogers. He was the nasty Michigan State guy, and then went to the Lions. Then didn't do that good, but it was the I'm Charles Rogers. I had 1,300 yards and like 16 touchdowns. That one. Like I remember that one growing up. Man, dude, they got to bring those kind of.
That was part of their.
Now
it's just 3 years in a row of the Lions picking wide receivers with the one of the first 5 picks.
Yeah. They got one right though.
They did get one extremely right. Didn't really gain them anything, but
respect.
Wow. Like, see, we did it. Told you we could.
We picked a good guy. And then they were like, all right, guys, we need to get this guy a quarterback.
Yep.
We'll just suck again. All right, we got this guy, Stafford.
Yep.
Hey, you won a Super Bowl. Not for us, but hey.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, Detroit fans definitely treated it like it was their baby boy. They're like, oh, God, I'm so proud of him.
Oh, and when
I
he
get it.
I think, didn't he come back this year?
Yeah, then they lost in the first round of them, yeah.
Yep.
Maybe that was what they needed to make that run.
Right.
Ooh, imagine that. Because it was at halftime that they were up on the 49ers in the NFC Championship. Yep. And you hear the Stone Cold music, and it's Matt Stafford running out in the number 9 Lions jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I wish that happened. All right.
So Otani's interpreter pled guilty.
So, yeah, I'm not pronouncing his.
Oh, no.
I looked at it, and I was like,
important.
oh, is this the. Because I saw it was a Padres player. It might be getting a lifetime ban, too.
And he's not even. He's not even really played in a game yet, right?
Is he one of the new, like, Japanese guys then?
I don't think he was.
I think it was a foreign name. Like, I can't pronounce it, so it's foreign to me.
I mean, listen, Brutamesso's a foreign name.
I know that.
Just so you're.
I know he probably can't pronounce my name. I don't care. LB. What's his name?
I thought he was Hispanic. Maybe I'm wrong.
So that's it's like Ipi Mizurahala.
Yeah.
Mizurahawa.
Yeah, that's got to be.
Oh no, it's Marcano.
Yeah, that hit it.
Has he played? So Tusupito.
Yeah, I mean he's
Marcano.
Hispanic. I don't know from where.
Okay, I thought he was Venezuela. Oh yeah, the 3rd season in.
Oh, he's
played a few, but yeah,
We're talking about lifetime ban for him.
He was betting when he was on the Pirates last year.
Yeah, he's got a life.
Henry Davis, why didn't you warn us? Come on, man. You knew what was going on.
Oh, whoa.
I'm just kidding. Imagine that. Henry Davis comes up. Hey, my boy's betting.
Yeah.
Just want to get that out of the way. Yeah. Nah, Henry didn't know anything.
Screw this guy.
Yeah.
But 33 years is a long time. And it's still really tough to believe that Shohei.
It's not Shohei.
That Shohei had nothing to do with it.
You know, the MLB was like, hey, government.
Yeah, please don't do this.
Please, we just can't put a lot of money in this guy.
And that's like, you know what? Maybe that would void his contract, though. There's potential for that because it's something legal.
How about that? When it comes to the 10th year, they're like, actually, no, he did do it because we get a 680.
Thank you for
580 or
thank
whatever.
you for deferring. Oh, that would be bad.
Oh my! I would fight for him then. I'd be like, no, that's full. At least give him a little bit,
right? But so you got Oilers, Panthers, right? Panthers close out on the Rangers over the weekend.
And then I made Nick wear a Panthers jersey yesterday during the show.
You know, honestly, the Panthers
2 years in a row.
A pretty good the last 5 years, really. They've been relevant.
Oh no, it was the year they went. I think they won the President's Trophy, and then they lost in that first round to like Tampa. They were good, and they were like they were at the top, and they just couldn't get over. And it was that year that they lost. But Jonathan Huberdeau, he went off. And I'm going to put a name out there for the people that don't watch hockey that much. Here's a name that's going to come out soon, or that you should watch out for, because you're going to love him. Because if you don't like hockey, or if you don't know hockey, he'll be your favorite player. Huberdeau goes off of like 100-plus points, and it's like his best career year by a long shot.
Right.
So trade value's skyrocketing at this point for Huberdeau.
Mm-hmm.
He's not that good. He's good. He's way better than me, than I'll ever be. And,
I've never played hockey. I played floor hockey.
If I played against him, it would be like I never played hockey before.
Fair enough. We'd be Eagles. I got it.
So they go off. They're the best team in the league, and then they go in the first round, lose to their divisional rival, the Tampa Bay Lightning. And they're like, all right, we got to blow this up, and we need toughness. They trade Huberdeau away and a couple picks for Matty Tkachuk.
Yep.
Number 19. He's probably one of your least favorite players as a Bruins fan.
No. I mean, it's fine. I remember that because I always recall his dad.
No, Keith Tkachuk, yes. If you're an older fan, that's his father.
I wouldn't even be saying I'm a fan. I've played a video game and Keith Tkachuk was in it.
Yeah. And Matty Tkachuk, he'll fight, he'll hit, he'll score, he'll pass, and he'll talk some trash. And he's perfect for the NHL. I think he's the perfect villain / I don't even know how to compare him to another athlete.
Well, so
he's way better than Draymond Green, way better than Dylan Brooks.
I've made a deal, and I'm going to do this.
Oh, and then Connor McDavid is baby Jesus. I'm sorry, but yeah, Matty Tkachuk, the toughest skill player, hardest hitter I've ever seen, that can also dangle and score. And then you have what could be the best player of all time in the NHL going against each other.
Yeah,
with two very hot goalies. This is awesome.
It's been a long time since the Oilers have been good, too.
I think I said yesterday on the V show, I said it was since the 80s. I was wrong. It was 06. But it was right after they had the NHL lockout.
Okay.
So, I always just take that season.
Because that's Gretzky's starting point, right?
Gretzky started there, and then he got traded to LA. And there's a conspiracy theory that the NHL made Edmonton do that, and then they promised them, hey, he'll win a few lotteries here and there in the future. But then the 2010s, they had, and I didn't get to say this on the V show, they had 3 straight years of getting the number 1 overall pick, and then happened to get McDavid in 16 or 17.
Well,
it's very odd that they won that many.
Yeah, but we're talking
picks.
that's 30 years apart, though.
Hey, they never said how long the promise was going to be.
long-term investment, right?
Yeah. Trust me, it'll be good. But yeah, that happened. Oilers, Panthers.
Who do you want out of that?
Who do I want?
Would you like to see? Because is Edmonton part of the original?
No, they are not original 6.
They're not original 6, but they're early, right?
They're early enough. They're so early enough that I think they were a WHL team.
Yeah,
signed Gretzky and then joined the NHL with Gretzky. They're like, hey, we have the best player of all time. And man, dude, I love McDavid. I love Tkachuk. I love Montour. I like a lot of players on these teams, but I do want to see, because I like to appreciate greatness. I would like to see McDavid finally get one, because especially after all the years of he can't get it done in the playoffs. He's got 31 points, and they're not even in the Cup Finals yet. It's insanity. So I'll take, and I think the Panthers opened up as the favorite in the betting market in Vegas.
I think I'm going to go with Oilers in 7 because both goalies are hot right now, but I think both those teams are too evenly matched that.
So I made
going to go 7.
I made a deal that I was going to start watching some because of you and Nick, right? And I did. I've not been super consistent, but I've seen some hockey.
Your Bruins lost, right?
Correct, and that was actually the thing that pushed that.
It stopped it.
Right.
Damn it.
Well, I did watch. I watched a Hurricanes Rangers game, and then I watched one of the Rangers Panthers game like on and off. It was kind of like not paying attention. It was just on the TV. But I'm going to watch more hockey, and I'm going to make a deal that
Watch this cup final.
we'll go to that next season.
You go to a Preds game?
Yes. So I can get.
You're going to have fun, dude.
So
that place is
well,
awesome.
here's the thing. I can get.
Bridgestone Arena.
I can generally get some free tickets.
I'll join.
So I can get up to 4. Now we just got to figure out how to get Nick to commit to anything at any point and actually show up for it.
We can bring Diener if we want. Diener used to call hockey.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would. I mean, I don't care who goes.
We can bring Bob. No, fuck Nick. Let's bring Bob.
Bob. Yeah, let's bring Bob.
Bob.
Bob's probably more fun anyway.
I can see. Yeah, it would be awesome.
Who do you think can drink more, Bob or Nick?
In his heyday, Bob.
Who do you think would be willing to throw something on the ice, Bob or Nick?
Bob.
Okay.
I can see Bob.
So
being
Bob's
like,
more fun.
Yeah.
Bob's more fun. I got it.
Yeah. Definitely. All right.
And Jamie. We'll be.
Oh,
we'll
yes,
bring,
and Jamie.
We'll bring Jamie too.
Yes. Us two and then the Balvanos, but not Nick.
But not Nick.
Actually, let's get an extra ticket and just bring Jeanette. Just to bring. Yes. I'm so in.
But yeah, we can I was looking at it last year, and there was a bunch of them where we could get was it Columbus Blue Jackets? I can get Columbus Blue Jackets. I can get Blue Jackets tickets pretty much left and right, and Blue Jackets and the Predators similar distance. We're 3 hours, 2.5.
Better hockey down in Nashville, though.
I get that they're a better team.
Oh yeah,
but if we're choosing the Blue Jackets, we pick a team that's good that they play.
Yeah,
as opposed to whoever we can get with the Predators.
That's fine.
So I've never been to a hockey game.
Wow. Oh, besides
over here.
Yeah.
Right.
Like pro.
I mean, listen.
Did you ever go to when they had the AHL teams here?
I did not. That was just because I couldn't get into it. I have yet to fully get into it because I don't.
When you see it in person, you're like, oh.
No. That's what everybody says. Everybody says when you get there, it's a lot more fun to watch it happen live than it is to watch it on the TV.
Yeah.
Similar, I guess. Maybe people that aren't fully invested in football, live football, being in the stadium, being in the crowd, and having all of that go on is much better. I'll go to a football game before I'll go to I would rather watch a basketball game on TV
than a football game on TV.
Absolutely, 100%.
Oh,
so in a football game present, right? I can see the whole field. The camera's not telling me what I need to look at. The basketball game, you have a wide enough angle, and there's so much movement, right?
That you can see.
Pretty much you get to see everything. Whereas if I go to a game, like if I go to the Center, I don't like 100-level seats.
You'd rather be up top?
I would. I'd rather be in the 3s because I don't like sitting there. I don't like sitting there with my head just bouncing back and forth the whole time, right? It's a cool experience, and I think everybody should do it. And for the people that have seats back down there, please continue to donate and buying tickets. I totally support all of that. My favorite spot in all of the Center is section 321. I think it's row E. So the way that the second, that 321 deck is like A, B, C, D, right? And that's one section, and then that goes up. There's like a cutoff. And so the E section overlooks those 4 rows. And you can see directly over everything, and it's like a side angle at the court, so you're almost on the corner, and you can kind of you see the court better. It's more, but again, it's a view that you get sitting at home. I can do that. So we're going to wrap it up here.
Wait, give me your quick. Who's going to win the Mavs? Celtics.
I already know this is not even. Is
it in 4?
What are we talking about? Is it in 4? No, it's not in 4.
I give it 6.
5.
I'm confident
Gentleman's
the Celtics will win, but
gentleman's sweep.
All right.
I think they'll get the one in Dallas. but then there's the return game. I think it's 2-0 going into Dallas. I think Dallas gets that 2-1.
And then you get game 4 and then game 5 at half. Yeah.
I think it's the end. And if not, 6 is pretty good too, because 4-2, it is what it is. But I do
Luka
believe
and 6. I've seen this happen. I'm a Heat fan. I know how a foreign guy goes down on big threes, especially from Dallas.
But Celtics all day.
All right,
and then
enough.
I'm going to go Panthers also. I think we're probably pretty aligned.
I got Oilers, Mavs. You got Celtics, Panthers.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, no, because yes.
I thought you were a Panthers guy. You wanted Connor McDavid to get his due.
I want McDavid to get his cup, but that's all from us from Chef's Cut.
Chef's Cut Pizza. Come out here, see Chef John. The address is 9901 LaGrange Road, right across from Iceland Sports Complex. Right, that's what we're calling it, because they have like gymnastics
they have everything,
or they have fencing or something upstairs. I'm not sure, but they have something extra. Glad you all came out and watched us. Glad that Chef John and everybody here at Chef's Cut Pizza was gracious enough to let us record here. And then, but make sure you can go there on Food Network, and we'll put the link below it. Chef John's in a competition for Food Network. We'll make sure that the link gets out. You can go and vote on Facebook, and also be on the lookout. Chef John's working on his podcast where he's going to have regular people come in and cook with him, and just regular, like, people that like to get down in the kitchen. Like, you've got a good recipe, something you knock out of the park, and he's gonna make sure that those kind of people get as much love that,
Do you
the pros.
like crock-pot meals?
Crock-pot meals. But we appreciate it. This is Gas Bags, episode 19. We're gone.